Hello, this is Zakariya Adeel, and this is the astrology predictions for the Western astrology from the 27th of September, the week beginning 27th of September. Okay, well, let me get started. I'm shuffling the cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some cards for each of the Western zodiac signs, so you can have a little understanding of what's coming up for you this week. All right, so let's go for Aries. See what's going to happen for you this week. Okay, so there's some procrastination happening for you, Aries. You need to think about those things that you need to get finished and achieved, because your priority may also be health matters or nurturing yourself or giving yourself what it is that you need right now, which is all well and good, but don't let that be like the pure preoccupation, because there's things that need to get done and you keep sort of procrastinating at the moment. So you don't want to do that too much, because by getting the work done, you're heading towards this thing that you really want. And this week, the time is really important, because you can get a lot achieved this week, and also synchronicity may be there to help out as well. So I would really urge you to do whatever it is you need to do in order to get the work done. Okay, because it will be really helpful for you. Okay, that's for Aries. Let's move on to Taurus. So we've this last week been moved over to Libra time now. We're in the Libra world. So oh, here we go. Card wants to jump out. Let's have a look what it is. Okay, so it's this. So this is the Four of Cups reversed for Taurus. This is what's kind of wants to be seen. So that we always want to, card jumps out or wants to be seen, we always have to look at that and give that extra importance. So now this card is a Four of Cups reversed. When it's upright, it has that meaning of a blessing in disguise, but one that you're not keen to take. When it comes reversed, it's like, you know what, wisdom has come to me in various ways, and the wisdom that is confronting me right now is telling me that the way I wanted things to pan out hasn't panned out that way, but I can now see that it's for my benefit that it hasn't panned out that way. And this new thing that the universe has got for me, I wasn't too keen on it, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to go with it, because this thing, I can see why it could lead to something really positive. Even though it's not sexy, it's not cool, but it's practical, and go with it, run with it. I think good things will come as a result. So now, you had lots of cards for you today. You had a bit of a dilemma. Which way do you go? There was two roads open to me: initiation, secrecy, things that only you know about. Your life can stay the same as it has been previously, or you can take a risk and go to a new place with it. If you take that risk, you're going to be taking on a lot of responsibility and a lot of things that you can't tell other people about, because this is the sort of thing that you have to handle yourself. So if you do decide to take that, you probably will. Be aware that these are things that you're going to have to handle yourself. It's not an easy road, okay? If you carry on down this road, you're going to be somewhat restricted, because once you make that decision, it's like you either do it or you don't. So therefore, once you make that decision, you've got to go for it. And the people that are going to be involved are going to be very difficult people. It's possible that this new route you're going to take is going to be high status people. So you're going to have to suppress your nature to a certain degree in order for you to fit in with those people as well. So if you make that decision, it's a potential big leap for you, but it's not going to be an easy time, and it's going to be a time where you won't feel free to be yourself. It's only short term though. Might be worth it. Only you can make that decision. Okay. Now we will move on to Gemini. Okay. Right, Gemini. Let's see what's going to happen for you. Okay, so Gemini, you've had a sense that you're in a place where you've been before. You recognize that this is really similar. Oh God, I was here before, like maybe a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever it was. But things are slightly different now. You have more knowledge, you've got more information, you've got a bit more wisdom behind you now, a bit more experience. As a result, you're thinking about taking different action. So it could be like somebody that you used to know has come back into your life, or you've got a job offer that reminds you of something you did before, but you feel like you've been here before, but this time you're going to take different actions, which is good. These actions you're going to take are going to make you extremely busy. There's already some things that you're avoiding dealing with, and so this new road is going to make things even more busier for you, which is fine. This is life. This is what happens. If you've got kids, you've got to deal with your kids. You deal with the job. You've got to deal with stuff. So this is a very positive thing, by the way, because this is the card of the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favour. Okay, so it's a good thing, but the busyness is going to be extreme. Okay, lots of stuff happening. So what I would say is make the decision, head down that road, and just keep juggling the things, because the outcome that you want might be delayed, but it will come. But the outcome you ultimately want won't be immediately forthcoming. You have to wait, and that's fine because you're working towards this thing. It's good. Keep going. All right. I think it will work out. The fact that we've got this Wheel of Fortune card at the beginning, and the fact that the action card is come reversed. So this is the Knight of Wands, but it came reversed. So it just means it's also this card can mean delay taking that action. Be sure you're ready to when you're really when you know it's time to crack the whip and really go for it. It won't happen immediately. So the action is delayed, and that's okay. That's okay. Keep going with all the stuff, with your daily matters, and deal with the climax when the time is right. Okay, that was Gemini. Now we're going to move on to Cancer. Okay. So for Cancer, the most important piece of advice for you is look after yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself. Be like a mother to yourself, like a really good mother. Don't let that inner critical voice of yours be the loudest voice in your mind. You want to nurture yourself like your inner child with as much love and compassion as you can muster. It's going to be hard at this time though, because it's possible that in the recent past you've been around kind of toxic voices, and these voices, maybe one voice in particular, may have gotten into your head, and it's got you to sort of not think in the way that you normally would. The thing is, the people or the person that has got you to think like that needs you, and is manipulating you and is gaslighting you, and that is why you are beginning to feel that way, because that person or those people need you to feel that way so that they can get you to behave a certain way which is in their benefit. When you recognize that they're doing this because they need you and they're manipulating you on purpose for a specific outcome, then you can take a step backwards and regain your own faculties and then take control again. All right? I think you might be worried about the potential outcome here because I've got this card, the Nine of Swords. But with this card, a lot of the worry is just in your head. And so when you take that step backwards and you realize that you are being manipulated for a specific outcome, then it gives you the opportunity to take some power back, and slowly this energy will dissipate. And also be that loving mother to yourself, and it will really help ease you and calm your nerves as well. So be your own nurturer for this coming week. Leo. Okay, Leo, it's an interesting time for you, because what's happening is that the people that know you would think, okay, so Leo's going to act this way because this is the way the Leo is. But what's happening is the universal energies are encouraging you to act in ways that are opposite to your personality, which is no bad thing. It just is right now, and I'm not entirely sure why that's happening. But your instinctual response to things is not what it regularly is. It's slightly different. So although you're a Leo sign, you may find yourself having Aquarian instincts at the moment. So, like, not necessarily being the one that's in the middle of everything, wanted to pull back, just wanted to be in observation mode, be a bit detached, not be emotionally reactive. You're acting differently, and it's no bad thing. I think something that's happened recently has made you really question whether your behaviors are productive in specific contexts, like at work or in a social context. Maybe you're not getting the results that you want, so you're thinking, maybe I need to change this or reconsider this, and that's what's been happening, and that's why you're acting slightly differently. It's possible that in the, maybe not this week, but in the next few coming weeks, that you consciously decide, you know what, I'm going to be a bit different now. I want to be a bit more mature. I want to handle things with more wisdom and more thought before I take the action. I would be less impulsive now. But this can mean people don't really know how to place you because you're being different now. You're not as predictable as before because we knew who you were before, and now we don't know where we stand with you because you're being different. So people may not understand you, and that may make you feel like, oh gosh, maybe I'm losing my popularity or I'm losing friends or something like that. That's not the case. I think it's just people like predictive things, people, whatever. They want to know where they stand with you, and they might not, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but it causes discomfort. It's uncomfortable. That's not your business. It's not your problem. You know what's that saying? Other people's opinion of me is none of my business. Remember that, because that's true. And just go about your business. Be you, do you. You don't owe anybody an explanation. Okay. I'm going to move on to Virgo now. Sometimes I speak really fast, and sometimes I say Virgo. People hear burger. Virgo burger. There we go. We're ready. Oh, wowzers. Okay, Virgo. We've got a lot of cards to do with relationships have come up. So we have the Lovers card. I should put it over here. I don't know how you're going to see it. Lovers card, Devil card. So they're naked over here. They're naked over here. And the overall outcome card is the Five of Swords. So that's not so naked over here. But what this sort of reads is that, look, you can see that the self-healing has been happening. They're getting ready themselves for a relationship. And then the passionate, sexual, fun stuff happens. But the interesting thing about that is, although it's fun and it's great, it's the early stages of that. So as you progress further on, you realize that some of the fun of this is the fact that it's superficial and it's light, and it's, as you dig deeper, you realize, well, maybe this isn't as healthy as I initially had hoped. So what this could mean is that you could meet somebody, if you haven't already met somebody, you could meet somebody this coming week. It's possible. And so that's really positive. I think you've been doing lots of self-work. This one here, you've been doing lots of self-work, and it shows. And so as you do that, you set forth the expectation that you're going to meet somebody, and then you do, right? When that happens, the early stages of that come into play. You know, the fun time. Oh, that doesn't look like they're having so much fun. They're chained, but they are naked, and they're it's in the Devil card, which means my passion, the inner child, that it gets to have whatever it wants. It's fun time, it's sex time, it's getting to know each other physically, emotionally, talking, really penetrating each other in many ways. And but the downside to that is, as you explore this person, you may realize that everything is on a one-dimensional level, and you try to, as being a Virgo, you want to sort of get to know this person on many levels, and as you do that, you may realize, oh gosh, this isn't the healthiest person I could have chosen, but there is a powerful physical connection. So I would say, as the hedonist that I am, enjoy yourself, have fun, but ultimately look after you. And if you think that this is already beginning to feel a bit toxic, get out, have your fun and get out. That's what I would say to you. Why not? Life is too short with all this business that's happening as well. Who's got time? Anybody got time for that? Just go have your fun, and then be on your way when you know it's time to go. And if you can see that there's a potential relationship future here with somebody, then just take it really slowly. And perhaps don't be in such, if you really can see a future, don't be in such a rush to go to this place, go to this fun place. Take it really slowly. That's what I would say. And then maybe you won't go to that superficial one-dimensional place, and instead maybe you can go to something that's deeper. But you have to choose somebody that is capable of that. And it's possible with these cards that we just pulled out, it's not that. But the fact that you have started that journey by the self-healing means you will get there. You will get there. All right, let's move on to Libra. Wow, this is big stuff. So for Libra, there's a lot that's been happening. There's it's possible in the recent past something big happened that you're like, I don't even know where I stand anymore now. I don't know what I believe from my yesterday to my today. Things are. It's the Tower card reversed. So it's like the tower gets hit by lightning and burns down. So now you've got to restart. You've got to rebuild it all over again. Excuse me 1 second. Do excuse me. I just had a late dinner. But when it comes reversed, it has two potential meanings. One is that you're trying to pretend that everything's okay when it's obviously not, and you've changed because something that's sudden illumination, this sudden thing that's happened has made you see things in a different way, but you're pretending to the other people involved that, oh no, everything's normal, and it's not. So that's one potential on this. The other potential is that tower has burnt down and it's completely thrown you for a loop, and you're like, I don't know anything anymore. I give up. I don't know anything anymore. And sometimes it's both those things together. What's interesting about this is this has led you to a place of like not knowing what to do next. Do you carry on as if everything's okay when you know it's not? And the other people probably know as well, but it may be in their benefit to carry on pretending, believing the role you're playing, the act you're giving, or do you just come out with it and say, listen, this is where I stand? I think you can only lie for a certain, not lie, but you can only carry on this sort of act for a certain period of time. And ultimately, you're going to have to take that road of being honest. And when you do, you will feel immense freedom. This is one of the best cards in the pack. The World card is, I'm in tune with the universe. I can be me. I can be what the divine has sent me to be. I'm free. I'm joyful. I'm alive. And I'm able to live in a way that brings me all the natural joy that I was supposed to have and supposed to experience. So this is a very, very good outcome, and it's possible that all this could play out this week and beyond, and into the next week as well. So, be tough, be strong. You can do it. And I'm a firm believer in the truth is a wise thing to sort of explore, even if it's just for yourself. And sometimes you have got to make complex decisions, like maybe you can't tell the truth immediately, but set yourself in such a place so that you can eventually, as long as you're safe and everybody else is safe. But the outcome was very, very good. The World card was very good. Scorpio. Oh, done already. Okay, Scorpio, you may possibly be in a place of real internal change. We've got the star card, so things are changing on the internal landscape, not showing yet, but they will show. And I think that you have been doing, again, a lot of sort of internal work, because when the star card comes, it means there's quiet, there's calm, there may be a lot of activity happening, but you're able to stay composed within all of that. And you're very attractive right now. You're not afraid of your vulnerability. It's a part of you, and you're not hiding anything. As a result, you may be very attractive to people at the moment. If you're female, and let me just say as it is. So female energy, masculine energy, right? So if you're, and it doesn't matter if you're male, female, or whatever you are, and or whatever you're attracted to, but basically just sort of imagine if this is the female energy, the masculine, slightly older masculine energy is there and is interested in you, possibly in an advisory capacity, but more likely it's possible that you could meet somebody in a romantic capacity, slightly older than you. So that's positive in a relationship context. Just don't take it too far. We've got the Three of Cups, but reversed. So this is the card of celebrations, having fun, being with friends, but it's reversed. So when it comes reversed, it kind of, there's a warning inherent in this about addictions. Too much drinking, too much partying, too much having fun, to the point where it can be detrimental to your health. Aside from that, it could just mean you're spending too much money and too much of your time in the pursuit of fun, and actually there's more practical matters that also need your attention. But it's very good. It's good. It's good, as long as you don't take it too far. The fun stuff, I mean. But the, yeah, good luck on the romance. Alright, we're going to move on to Sagittarius. We've got a card that jumped out for you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune that jumped out for you, Sagittarius. So money-wise is good, work-wise is good. Yeah, lucky week. Maybe play the lottery, or do something that's where you might be able to win something. That'd be good. Lucky week for you, Sagittarius. Let's have a look. Wow, very good cards. Again, potentially romantic week for you. So that's very positive. We've got you being recognised for all the work that you've done, being put on a bit of a pedestal, people sort of heralding your work as well. So this is very positive. And also, then we got the card of the Ten of Pentacles, which is abundance, which is money, spending time with people that you love, animals that you love, in an environment that suits you. It's very, very positive. It's a very lucky week for you. That's all I've got to say. Sagittarius, good luck to you. Fingers crossed. Play the lottery. Do like those competitions, those Omaze competitions. My God, they're good, those houses. I've entered one of those. I don't normally do that sort of stuff, but I did enter one time. But yeah, but Sagittarius, go for it. Go for it. Go for it, man. Go for it. Let's move on. Capricorn. I don't know if any of you remember those old, from the 80s, I think it was 80s, the Cadbury's Cream Egg adverts that had the astrology signs. I was so young, I must have been like, I don't know, about 8 or 9 or something like that, and I was just obsessed with those adverts. I used to wait for them to come on. I don't know, I just thought about that as I said, Capricorn. Okay. Let me just read the cards. Right. Alright, the first card we've got for Capricorn is the card of Justice. So this is the card of karma. What you put in is what you get out. So as long as you act with honour and you act fairly towards the people who are involved, you'll come out well. But bear in mind, if you haven't been fair and you haven't developed your consciousness your conscious awareness to such a degree where you can see whether you're able to judge whether you're being fair or not, then that it might not work out in your favour. So this is a real opportunity for you to develop that self-awareness. So try and act with as much honour as you can. And if things don't pan out the way that you would have wanted, ask yourself if you could have behaved in a way that was more honourable. Or just trace the history and see what really happened. Be objective. This is the Queen of Swords. Now she's the one that removes the emotion and makes all the decision from logic and rationality. She's also the queen who communicates exceptionally well with verbally, vocally, and also in written communication. So it's possible that maybe something like that may be demanded of you. And also we've got the card of transformation, which is the death card, which means that you're changing, you're shifting, and there could be some changes on afoot for you. Positive changes. Might not be an easy change, but it's a necessary change, and it's coming whether you like it or not. So accept it. Open your arms. Say thank you for the big changes that are on the way for you. We're going to be reading for Aquarius next. Okay, so lots of romance this week for lots of signs, which is good. I guess it makes sense, you know, because not all the signs are going to be like Sagittarius is having a romantic week, or whatever. Doesn't mean it's going to hook up with another Sagittarius. Well, it could do, but I think it's nice for the different signs to be romantic together with each other, which what happens, because that's life, obviously. Anyway, I don't even know if I understood what I just said. Anyway, ignore it. So Aquarius, self-nurturance, self-love, nurture yourself. The Queen of Cups is the mother that looks after herself and other people, has a real understanding. She's creative, she's warm, she's loving, she's understanding, she's giving. And all of these things, these maternal aspects to this personality, you need to provide for yourself. You've been sort of more conscious about this stuff, and as you sort of progress and proceed, it has positive outcomes to your own development and your own self-perception. As such, you're then able to access that tuning into your inner wild wisdom and your inner self and your inner power. This is a very sensual card and sexual card. This is you in exploration of your sensual side and your sexual side. What do you like? What do you want? How do you want to let that animal side of you express itself, and become comfortable with that? You're becoming comfortable with that, and as you do that, it's only natural that you will attract somebody into your life who wants to explore that aspect with you. So this is very good and very exciting. I'm an Aquarius. I'm looking forward to this. So for all my fellow Aquarians out there, get out there and meet that wonderful person if you haven't. And if you do have somebody, then explore that side of yourself with absolutely no shame, with complete freedom and joy. Moving on to Pisces. Okay, this is very good for manifestation for you this week, Pisces. We've got the Magician card, who is the powerful manifester. So using the 4 elements and using your abilities and magical powers of persuasion, you will be able to manifest the things into your experience. Opportunities. I feel like it's more opportunities. You'll be able to talk yourself through the door and get yourself able to deal with the opportunities that lay before you. Once you're there, then you have to be confident, but don't be arrogant. Maintain a sense of humility, but don't denigrate yourself. Right. So this is the 9 of Cups reversed. So when it comes reversed, it's like you've pushed your contentedness and your presentation of yourself to a degree where it's hinting on the smugness now. So, and you want to pull back from that, especially in a work context. If we're thinking of the things that you want to manifest and wanting to take it to the next level, you don't want to come across as smug. Be humble, but be genuinely humble. Don't be fake humble. Fake humble is like worse than smug, because it's probably the same thing actually. So when you're just be yourself, But tap into that aspect of yourself that is really grounded and really genuine and authentic, and just do what's best for you, and but also best for everybody else involved. Don't head into this with a self-interest. Yes, you're manifesting things. Yes, you have these goals and you have these opportunities that you've worked hard for and you've managed to create them and they're at your door now. But still, don't lose your head. You know, stay grounded and stay grounded and authentic. Stay grounded and authentic. You know how to do that. You're Pisces. You're very in touch with your intuition. I think this is just a case of don't feel so intimidated that you feel like you've got to present something that you're not. You don't need to do that, but you do need to be professional. Don't go to a personal place or go to a place that's too familiar until you've earned that. And you can only earn that with time. So, take your time. I think you're going to do okay, because we go from the Nine of Cups to the Ten of Cups, and this is very, very positive. The Happy Family card, the Happy Ending card. So, you know what to do. Those opportunities are finally here. Go get them, and you'll do fine. Happy ending. Not in a dirty way. I don't know why I take you to that place. I do apologise, but it's a positive, productive week for you, Pisces. Okay, and with that, I've done the 12 signs of the Western Zodiac, and join me again. See you next week. Bye bye.